What are my thoughts on noise gates versus expanders and which one is better? First, I don't think that one of them is inherently better. I think they serve very different purposes. If you have a consistent noise floor, I think that expanders are going to be better because the expander will decrease the level of that consistent noise floor, and you're not going to have that obnoxious opening and closing where it's apparent that you are trying to eliminate that noise floor. Noise gates, on the other hand, I would use if I want to reduce occasional background noise. If somebody is screaming in the next room, I would try to set my noise gate so it doesn't open at the level of those screams and only opens when I'm speaking directly into the microphone. So it would eliminate the background noise of people screaming because let's not worry about why they're screaming, but it wouldn't eliminate my voice. So that's the mentality behind how I would use each of these plugins, each of these pieces of equipment. An expander I would use to decrease a consistent noise floor, and a noise gate I would use that to eliminate occasional noises. Now, a way that you could use a noise gate to avoid that really obvious and noticeable opening and closing is if the gate that you're using has a dial or the ability to alter how much you're attenuating the signal when the gate closes, use that dial. What I mean is instead of having the gate attenuate the signal by negative infinity, also meaning when the gate closes, the signal just shuts off and it's dead silent, instead of doing that, set it so it's only attenuating by maybe -8, -10 decibels. That way, when the gate closes, it doesn't go completely silent. That's when it becomes obvious that you're using a gate, because nothing is ever dead silent. It's unnatural, it's uncomfortable, and I am sure Alan from Soundspeeds will correct me, but that is exactly why, after they finish filming a scene, they will continue to record for 30 seconds a minute, so they have the general room tone, and then if they're editing, they can underlay that room tone and it sounds natural. Because if you are recording and it sounds like you're in a sterile, dead room, it's a bit unnatural. Even in my room, you can hear a bit of the room reflections. Sounds natural. If it was in a complete anechoic chamber, it would sound very bizarre. So that's how I would approach using expanders or gates. I don't think one is better than the other. I do technically use what is called a gate, but I have it set to the expander mode and it functions exactly how I said, where it will attenuate by a ratio as opposed to -10 dB or -12 dB. So it doesn't completely shut off the signal. And if you are recording and you have this underlying preamp hiss or a computer hiss, I would highly recommend against throwing on a gate and just running direct into your computer, and then once you're recorded, use a spectral denoise. Because you could have 15 seconds of silence at the beginning where you just have that fan noise or that preamp noise. You train the spectral denoise of that noise profile, and then you remove that. And then you can throw on a gate, you can throw on an expander, and you're not going to have this dead silence and then shh, this hiss when the gate opens back up. So if you are going to use a gate to remove background noise, first thing I would say, use a spectral denoise if you have preamp hiss or fan noise to ensure that you don't have that underlying noise floor that pops up when the gate opens. I think I just rambled way too long about it, but there you go.